first thing, we are going to have a nice high protein smoothie, purely because the weather's pretty hot and I just haven't had the appetite to eat food. So I'm going to show you the ingredients to make a nice tasty high protein smoothie that is quite filling as well. And here we have it, we have the smoothie. As for the blender, you don't technically need to have a massive blender. I typically will just use my little blend active. They cost like on around £20 on Amazon. One of the key things when making this is don't add too much almond milk or water in it at the beginning, purely because you want it to be high protein but also filling it. If it's too liquidy, you don't really feel that full. As you can see, this little blend active is doing a decent job considering there was a lot of frozen stuff in it. If anything gets stuck to the sides, it tends to, just get like a spoon or a knife and just kind of scrape it off the edges of the cup, just so we make sure it gets all blended in there, especially if it's protein, because you want those gains. Alright, the smoothie's more or less done. It tastes sweet, but it doesn't taste like as sweet as I normally like it. So these times like this, I normally get some of my flavor drops. I just drop about 4 drops in it and it makes it so much more sweeter. It is pretty filling. Yeah, it's gonna overfill. Quick tip as well. When you finish the smoothie, drop a couple ice cubes in it, purely because it may take you a while to get to the bottom. So adding an ice cube in it obviously keeps it cooler, so the bottom doesn't just melt and become like a liquid before you get to that part. And if possible, I would probably drink it with a straw as well, just makes it easier. You'll see the calories and macros on screen. Comes up to roughly just over 300 calories, around 40 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat and 35 grams of carbs. And this is really filling. So yeah, it's a very nice high protein smoothie. Definitely good on these hot days. Definitely good for a calorie deficit. 300 calories, this is damn filling, trust me. Alright peeps, I'm about to go to the gym and I'm not that hungry, so I thought I'd have like something nice and small. So what I've got is a nice bacon and egg white sandwich. You'll see the main calories on screen here, but right now it's a nice simple quick meal I can have before going to the gym. And when I get back, I'll have something bigger. What we're going to do now is defrost some king prawns. Luckily these aren't like chicken fillets where it takes hours to defrost. Literally just pour them in a bowl of cold water and usually it will defrost within roughly around 30 minutes. If you want to speed up a little bit, you can put a tad of hot boiling water in the cold water as well, so it's not absolutely freezing. Also typically, you know, I normally go for fresh prawns. However, the supermarkets have been getting kind of expensive and this one on deal at Lidl, I believe. They taste pretty good. I couldn't really see a big taste difference if I'm being honest. Paid half last time and half again. But while I'm waiting for that to defrost, I'm gonna have this protein bar to hold me over. These are probably top 2 or top 3 best tasting bars for my protein. Yeah, 16 grams of protein. Bars on the website that are like 20 grams of protein, but personally, once they go past 15, 16 grams, the protein bar to me starts feeling a bit too chewy and thick, whereas this is the right balance of taste and protein. Alright people, trying to ignore the sound of my washing machine in the back, but the food is now done. I can't wait to eat this. I am starving. Poured on some spring onions at the end just because it adds a nice bit of taste. But yeah, a nice pack of prawns, 2 whole eggs, and then a nice portion of VT rice. It's probably my go-to rice. It tastes so good. And little pieces of corn help give it a sweet taste. But anyways, I'll see you guys for the next meal. Right folks, I went to the shops and bought some tortillas. So now what we're going to do is make some chicken fajitas. Normally I season the chicken myself, but I saw this one at Aldi, so I thought I'd try it out. First off, what I'm going to do is slice these chicken fillets up, because at the moment they're just sliced in 2 big pieces. good thing about this meal is that the chicken is the main thing that needs to be cooked. The cheese, all that's going to do is melt on top of it. The salad, all it needs is a little bit of a wash and you put it in the wrap. This meal has like a mango and lime sauce you can pour in at the end. Similar to like Nando's, just kind of give it like a brush at the end. But overall, in terms of today, we're going to be at a very high protein day. Mainly due to the smoothie. I think the smoothie definitely whacked us up. The one thing I will say for those of you watching is when it comes to cooking, if you're brand new to cooking, it's all a trial and error process. You're probably not going to be perfect the first time, but it's very simple. Once you get into the habit of finding out certain foods that you like and you know how to make it, just add that into your little recipe bank and you find another meal and you keep adding a collection so you can eat varied foods. Never just stick to one meal. So if you're someone that's watching this right now and you only have like 2 main go-to meals you always have, you need to expand it. Otherwise, eventually you are going to get bored of it. You may not think you will. You may think, oh no, I like it, I can stick to it, I can manage a basic lifestyle. I'm telling you right now, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you're gonna get sick of it. So you need to have personally at least 6 varied meals that you can mix up that are quite different from each other. I probably have about 8 to 10 and probably like another 3 or 4 that are very similar. But the key thing is being able to have versatile meals so you don't crave takeaways. So the chicken is cooked now. I've sliced some of the bigger pieces and it's still wet on the inside. So that's how you know that it's actually cooked. I was going to use the mango and lime thing, but I changed my mind because I tried the peri chicken on its own and to be honest, I wasn't a fan. So I decided to add some of the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce to give it like just more of a sweeter taste that I prefer in wraps. So I plan on eating half of this, which is around 200 grams. Yeah. Being completely honest, I feel like I could probably eat it all. So here we have a simple chicken fajita wrap. Those of you that have seen me wrap fajitas know I often mess it up. I promise one of these days I will watch one of those Chipotle videos and learn how to do a wrap properly and stick it in the memory because I always forget. It's a really, really, really big and full wrap that I'm gonna have. Definitely a good choice adding this. Anyways, I'll come back to you guys when I'm ready to have my last final snacks of the day and I'll show you the total calories and macros. Scratch what I said, people. It's been around literally 5 minutes since I finished the last plate. But what we're going to do is have actually the full 400 grams because I'm still hungry. And rather than having a snack, I'd rather have the meal. So this is one thing I always do, which is a good tip to have, is that when I'm hungry, I eat a meal. If I'm peckish, I'll have a snack. And there is a difference. Peckish just means that you just need something to kind of tie you over. If you're hungry, it means that you need to eat a meal. So rather than when people are hungry, they often get one snack, then a second snack, then a third snack. Skip that step and just have a meal because the chances are the calories are going to probably come somewhere the same, but if you have an actual meal, you're going to get a bigger dose of protein than if you was to simply just keep snacking just to try and fill your hunger. So that's the big tip that I definitely would recommend. So, this is how you know I'm crazy. I put my tortillas in the fridge. Anyways, so basically what I'm going to do is have this same thing twice. Typically, I would have the second version of it without the tortilla wrap just to save on like the extra 190 calories. But we have the calories to play with because today I didn't really have that much snacks. I've only had, I think, a protein bar and that was it. Alright, one thing I just realised I should have mentioned earlier is when you're scanning some of these things for MyFitnessPal, make sure you check the packet. The packet of chicken that I use, it did say on the back of it, the calories and macros they provide on the back is when it's actually cooked. So obviously I needed to actually take out the chicken to see how much it actually weighed. So cooked chicken, it come up to around 120 grams half. So I'm gonna in total have 240 grams. In most cases, the package usually is based on the raw weight. However, when it's already marinated and stuff like that, they usually sometimes switch to when it's cooked. So basically what I'm saying is when you scan your foods, always double check on the packet that it's referencing the raw weight or the cooked weight. And it's a good thing I spotted it just. It's purely because I was thinking the protein's coming out too high. It was saying that both of those wraps was going to come up to 150 grams of protein, which I feel like was way too high. Alright, so now I've readjusted it and put in the correct amount. We are coming up to around 1,000 calories for both wraps now. That's an easy example how you can like track things thinking you're doing it correctly, and it shows that you're eating more than you are because you literally didn't check the packet to make sure it was the raw cooked way. Overall, for the full day, people, in terms of the calories and macros, we're looking at around 2,200 calories, 211 grams of protein, and fats of around 40 grams. So the main thing I want you guys to take away from this video is, as I said, if you're ever super hungry, eat a real meal. It doesn't have to be a massive high calorie meal, but just make some sort of meal that'll actually fill you up. Don't keep pecking on snacks if you're actually truly hungry. Anyways, if you like the video, please drop it a like and comment down below if you want to see more full day eatings. And also stay tuned for some of the new live stream videos I'm doing on my channel. Hit the notification and you'll see some of the upcoming live